everyone, welcome back to another video. I just have a few minutes, so I thought I would sit down and chat with you guys about what I'm doing to prepare my body for this next pregnancy. Now, there's a lot that's been going on, a lot of preparation going into planning our next pregnancy, and now with my husband's vasectomy reversal coming up very soon, I wanted to share the things that I've been doing for the past year, 6-8 months to prepare my body better this time, now that I had a lot of advance notice and we knew that this was coming. I definitely feel like I've used my time wisely in preparation and waiting for the reversal to come around, and I want to share with you what I've done just in case maybe you're trying to conceive and you would like to know maybe the things you want to look into for preparing your own body for pregnancy, or maybe you're just here for the journey, and if so, hello. If you want to see a little bit of history of the vasectomy reversal, lots of questions, me answering lots of things, how I came to the decision, all of that sort of thing, there is a playlist. If you go to my channel and click on playlists, you will find vasectomy reversal diaries, and I've been sharing all of the things about the vasectomy reversal in that playlist, so hop on over there and you can watch the videos back if you want to know more information. But if you're just here to hear about what I'm doing, then awesome, let's get started. I just want to preface this whole thing by saying I think this is the most prepared I've ever gotten myself for pregnancy, probably. My first 2 children were planned, but I was a lot younger and it was a lot easier, and it's been quite a few years since baby making and pregnancy has been on the radar. It kind of feels like doing it all the first time. It's a little bit of like a new experience doing it again. My youngest is currently 7, so that's a pretty big age gap, so it does feel like doing it again, and I'm older and wiser, and I just have a couple different ideas on what I would like to do. I also should say that the following things I'm about to share with you are all pertaining to me, my personal journey, my body, and so I'm not going to go into too many details about things like vitamins, blah blah blah, because I don't want anybody to ever watch my videos and be like, oh, Rainbow takes that or does this, I should do that too. It's all based on your individual body, but these are just the general things that I personally am doing to prepare my body for pregnancy. Probably the biggest thing that I've been working on for the longest time is exercise and working out, and for me specifically, it was losing weight before I get pregnant. Again, this is where I'm like, everybody is different. I have a lot of reasons for losing weight. I always struggle to talk about this topic because I've never really addressed this kind of food, diet, weight loss kind of thing on my channel. I feel like it's a very touchy subject and you have to be very careful talking about this online, because I feel like people are very impressionable. It's really easy to trigger other people's disordered eating when talking about stuff like this, and I never want to be a source of ick for anybody. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll talk about this a little bit more in my next point, but losing weight and exercising is a big part. So I have been working on that for a long time, many months, and specifically I kind of buckled down harder for a 3-month period, and so I'm about halfway through that now, and I'm feeling wonderful about it, and it was a really big important step for me to get my body physically in shape for the marathon that is pregnancy and labor. So something I've done is increased my exercise. It took me a few months to figure out how my body likes to move best now. It's changed a lot for me since I was younger. I used to do a ton of cardio and had a really hard time gaining any weight at all, and once I got older and I hit about 25, I feel like I hit like a second phase of puberty and finally got boobs and a butt, and so my body changed and my needs changed and what I like to do changed and how I like to tone my body changed. So that's definitely different this time. I've been spending a year figuring out what it feels best for my body and what works for me best, because as much as losing weight is a very loose goal of mine, and I'll explain why in the next point again, it's more so for me about being strong and fit and just feeling good, healthy, energetic, and specifically very strong. I like to feel very strong and limber. I like to feel like I can move and bend and hold my own body weight comfortably and with ease. And that's something that's important to me based on especially the types of exercises I lean to. So specifically what I've been doing is I do Pilates 4 days a week. I really love Pilates. I've been practicing yoga for 10 years and yoga is a huge part of my life. I've said that before in this channel where yoga completely changed my life and I stick to that. It is an amazing practice and I do yoga not for exercise, though I should mention that yoga is a form of exercise. It does change the body. So I do practice yoga. But my form of exercise would be Pilates 4 days a week, and I walk every day. I walk my dog. If my dog is unable to walk because she is old and has toe issues, then I take my husband for a walk. But no, I do try and do walking for 20 plus minutes every single day, at least 20 minutes every day. I try and walk, and I do Pilates 4 days a week, and that really works well for me. I prefer a more body weight focused strength training with your own body kind of exercise, and I've really like gone away from super high cardio. That doesn't work for my body. My body doesn't like it. It doesn't do good things for me, so I stay away from it. Yeah, that's what works for me. That's what I've done, and that is a huge factor of how I've been preparing for this next pregnancy. I also want to make sure I have a really strong exercise routine so I can continue it through my pregnancy. That is a huge thing. I was too scared to work out in both my previous pregnancies. Well, the first one I was like way too sick, and the second one I was just kind of scared to work out in both of them, and that is not something I plan to do this time. I plan to maintain my workout routine and my fitness throughout my entire pregnancy right up to the end. That's something I wish I would have done the first 2 times and something I am going to change this time. And then generally just maintaining an active lifestyle, just being more active and making sure I am maintaining a certain level of activity and just not being too stagnant. All right, another huge thing is diet, obviously. To prepare your body for pregnancy, you need to make sure you are nourishing and giving nutrients to this vessel that will create another being. So I said I would talk about a little bit about the whole losing weight thing in point 2, and this is that point. So I'm not going to touch on this a lot. If you want to hear more about this, then let me know and maybe I'll make a video about it. But like, I get very rambly when I talk about this because it makes me uncomfortable to talk about for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna say it. We were vegetarian for 3 years, the kids and I, and we are no longer vegetarian now. For about 1.5 years now, not quite 1.5 years, we stopped being vegetarian last March. And it was for health reasons. We are so much better for it. I could say so much about this, but basically while I was vegetarian for a plethora of reasons, I gained 20 pounds being vegetarian. It messed up my hormones. I have dietary things where I can't eat certain foods that are staples in a vegetarian diet, a vegan diet, things like that. Yeah, and so it really messed me up. It made me gain a lot of weight, and it was a very slow, creepy kind of weight that is very hard to get off. I had to do a ton of, blood work and things like that to readjust everything, and I had to go through a lot of work in terms of like diet and lifestyle, not like a diet, but like eating lifestyle and figuring out the exercise routine that was best for my body. There was months and months and months and months and months where no matter what I did and how I worked out and what I ate, I was not losing any weight. I was just totally stagnant. That is where, I had medical help adjusting hormones, checking blood levels, checking my iron, blah, 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 all those things. I'm finally able to lose weight. And so I'm slowly trying to lose the weight I gained being vegetarian. That being said, I don't know. I don't have a goal weight. I'm not like too set on it. I just know that like I am bigger than I am comfortable being in my own skin, like not from a vanity point, but from a I don't feel healthy point. Do you know what I mean? Again, I could talk about this in another video. What's vegetarian? Gained a ton of weight being vegetarian for 3 years. discovered other health issues, stopped being vegetarian, health issues went away. Took several months to balance said health issues, and now I am finally on the road to the other side where I can lose the weight healthily and do that. So that is, again, that is a big part of it, but adjusting my diet. Let's talk about that. To nourish my body, I am following something called the Brewers diet. Now, I don't like the word diet. The Brewers eating method. Let's call it an eating method. I don't like diets, you guys. I don't like that word. I don't like the things where it's like, I'm keto, I'm vegan, I'm this, I'm that. Who cares? Eat for your body. I follow intuitive eating, and it is what I've circled back around to. However, there's something called the Brewer's pregnancy diet. You can research it if you like. I have very deep roots to Weston A. Price, kind of that like heavily researched paleo-ish but not kind of area of eating. I gravitate towards that. That is where I started out my motherhood journey, and I have gone back to those ways, but with much less like restrictive, disordered mentality. So the Brewer's diet is a method of eating that's just really rich in nutrients. It makes sure you're hitting all of your vitamins and minerals that you need when you're pregnant, and it is something that just tries to help get you all the nutrients you need through food and then supplements after, which is, in my opinion, the best way to nourish your body if you are able to do that. But again, if you are wanting to look into this, talk with your care provider. It's called the Brewer's Pregnancy Diet. I have begun to follow the Brewer's Pregnancy Diet, yes, while even losing weight, to get myself used to eating that way, because for me, it's something that is going to be a big player in helping me not be so sick in the first trimester. I might still get morning sickness, I might not. I get very sick the first 2 times I was pregnant. And I'm trying to curb that through many methods, and I'm hoping they work. So that is one thing, is just to get myself in the habit and make sure my nutrient levels, my blood levels, everything are at an optimal level, so that hopefully I won't be as sick and I am just ready to grow a life and do the work of the first trimester especially. It takes a really big toll on my body, and so I'm trying to curb that as much as I can. So I'm following the Brewer's Pregnancy Diet to help me, and I will continue. I'll follow that more to a T, not to a T, but I'll follow that more thoroughly with a slightly higher calorie load when I get pregnant. Right. I am a talker. Sorry, you guys. I talk about stuff for a long time. Something else that is important and kind of in the diet category would be vitamins. I am not taking a prenatal vitamin right now, but that is because I've done a lot of research on vitamins. I'm very picky. I am originally a very crunchy mom. You know, back like 10 years ago when like there was the natural moms, I'm one of those. And that is where my like history comes from. I'm very picky with prenatals. I have a love-hate relationship with prenatals. I think they're very important, and they can be very important, and they are a vital resource. But I also don't believe everybody needs them. Again, maybe I'll talk about this a different time. I don't want anybody taking advice because I do something. Talk with your care provider, please. So I am not taking a prenatal vitamin, but I am taking other vitamins and supplements. I'm always taking vitamins and supplements, so I have slightly adjusted my vitamins and supplements to help support my body through pregnancy. So basically, I'm taking things that you would get from a prenatal that are just not in the form of a compact prenatal vitamin. Specifically, I'm focusing again on most of my nutrients from diet, but I don't always get it right all the time, and sometimes I miss things, and so I use my supplements and vitamins as a backup plan. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm taking, but please don't just take things because you heard me say that I take them. Please talk to your care provider, your midwife, your doctor, whomever. So I take vitamin D. I'm not gonna tell you my doses because again, I feel weird saying that, but so I take D3 because it's important, and also I'm in Canada and we don't get enough sun here. So D3, I take C, And some of these I take in more natural forms. I up my C obviously during the like 10 long months of winter here. I take zinc sometimes when needed. That's more of a like immune support vitamin that I take. Take a probiotic, very important. I swear by my probiotics. I am a big probiotic person. I take a vitamin K2 with the MK7 specifically. It's important. So I take vitamin K2. I added a B50 complex for my personal body to help make sure that all my B vitamins are adequate and that I'm getting enough folate, things like that. Whereas kind of where you would take a prenatal vitamin to make sure your folate levels are up, I'm like doing that through food and some specific supplementations. I think I take a couple of other ones, maybe, perhaps, but I can't remember right now. I just know I take my vitamin basket out every night and I take my vitamins. The B50 is something I have incorporated the past like month in preparation to get pregnant. So that is a very specific pregnancy related one, and just me making sure my D levels are really good. Vitamin C just to keep healthy, and my K2 to support C. I get a lot of calcium in my diet, so that's why I'm not supplementing calcium. But anyway, I do alter my vitamins. I have altered my vitamins to support a healthy pregnancy. And I don't know if I will take a prenatal this time. I didn't take a prenatal with my last pregnancy. I had a 9-pound, 4-ounce, very healthy baby, and I opted out of prenatals, and I got my vitamins through food and other supplements like I'm doing right now. But that was something I worked very closely with my midwife and made sure my blood tests were coming back good and everything. Again, there's a lot of research out there that shows that prenatal vitamins in women who have healthy, well-rounded diets aren't necessarily. So that's definitely a personal preference. Again, please talk to your care provider. Something else I've done to prepare is tracking my cycle. Obviously, I've always tracked my cycle since I learned about this the first time I got pregnant. So I began really deep diving into tracking my cycle like almost 12 years ago now. So that's just something I'm always doing, but I have refocused, hunkered down a little bit on tracking my cycle better. I use apps, and then I'm kind of an old hat on the whole like cervical mucus, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So knowing when I ovulate, I was really into that in between when I was trying to get pregnant with my son. So that is just a skill and a knowledge base that I have carried with me, and I am now paying more attention to, focusing on more. I use what do I use? I use the Flow app, and I use Period Tracker. I think I like both of them. I used Period Tracker for a long time, and then I switched to Flow, but I still use Period Tracker as well. So I use both. I don't know why. I just like don't want to give up my old one because I like things about it and I like things about Flow. So I have them both switched to like try to get pregnant, and I have for a long time just so I can like readjust, get that mentality into like cycle tracking again. Another thing that's really important for me that I have been doing to prepare my body for pregnancy is a really solid yoga and meditation routine. Again, I've been practicing yoga for 10 plus years now, but I have definitely gone through phases, excuse me Finn, where I ebb and flow with how regular I am in my practice. So for me, managing my stress level and having good physical health, which is, exercise and food and diet, good nutritional health, and spiritual health is also incredibly important for me, and I believe it's incredibly important to bring a new life in and have a healthy spiritual, I don't know what the word is for that, but just to maintain healthy spiritual levels as well. That will look different for everybody. For me, it looks like my own spiritual practices and yoga and meditation, and that helps me manage stress and just stay as relatively stress-free as possible. Sorry for that like saw sound. Apparently somebody's doing some yard work. So for me, this means bringing back and being dedicated about a daily yoga and meditation practice again. So something I wasn't, if I was being lazy about it before, I am now really trying to put this back into my daily routine. Something else that's really simple but an important step is hydrating. Making sure you're drinking enough water. That is so important to make all the systems of your body work well. So I've been making sure that I'm upping my water. You guys have seen me carry around my giant jug that I bought at Costco. It's fantastic. Sorry, I had an alarm go off. But I drink 2+ liters of water a day, I would say, but I'm not measuring it. I'm not going to be obsessive about it. I try and maintain sipping water throughout the day, and now again, it's kind of like an intuitive thing. I drink the water I drink. Sometimes I fill my giant jug twice. Sometimes I fill it once. But I also drink like tea, and I drink coffee in the morning, and I'll drink kombucha and things like that as well. Stay hydrated, folks. That is also a big plan of mine to help keep my morning sickness at bay, or potentially not have morning sickness this time. That would be wonderful. I guess this whole list is like what I'm doing to prepare for pregnancy and prepare my body, and also try to combat morning sickness. Hopefully. Something else I did to prepare for pregnancy was contact my midwife. So I did that. I contacted my midwife. I made sure my spot was secure with my midwife and reached out, got in touch, got that connection going again, and now I have that line of prenatal support at my fingertips again, and I'm so excited because my midwife is amazing. I'm so excited to have her deliver this next baby as well. Another thing I did in the past year was catching up on all of my dental work, my eye work, eye doctor appointments, and physical doctor appointments and exams. I made sure I was all caught up, especially the dental was really important for me. Making sure that everything is taken care of and all of the checks and updates are had and done. I've got like my last 2 appointments this month for things like that, and then I am all ready to go. But that's really important that I think some people might overlook. So maybe consider making sure your teeth are good and your eyes are good, because your eyes change with each pregnancy, and so do your teeth, and all your physical things are fine and dandy. The last thing I am doing to prepare my body for pregnancy is preparing through herbal medicines, remedies, things like that. So I'm a herbalist. That is what I do for a job. It's my little baby side business is, I have an apothecary tucked away downstairs, and I create lots of herbal products for other moms and stuff. So now turning the focus on me and making sure that I am taking, my teas and creating these things to support my body through pregnancy with herbs and remedies like that is something that is incredibly important for me, and making sure that I am not only just giving that care to other people, but also returning it to myself and making sure I care for myself in those ways as well. And on that hand, I am also rereading the Wise Woman's Herbal Guide to the Childbearing Year. I love this book. I'm a little bit biased because this is like from a herbalist's standpoint on the childbearing year, but it's incredibly wonderfully educational if you are into a more natural approach to things. It is a wonderful resource, and I'm brushing up on my skills. I have read this. It's been with me, and I've been passing it on to other moms when they get pregnant, and finally it's made its rounds back to me, and I'm rereading it again just to refresh. I feel like I'm a lot better at helping others with their ailments and supporting their journeys on whatever they're doing through herbalism. And yes, I say herbalism because I'm Canadian. I always get that. Herbalism. Herb. There's an H in it. Sorry, I'm feeling silly. But it's something that's important to me to make sure that I am giving that care back to myself, because I tend to care for others and forget that I have those skills that I can apply to myself sometimes. Maybe that sounds weird, but it's something that happens with me a lot. So so making my pregnancy teas, making my forms of like tinctures and balms and things like that I plan to use for my pregnancy and supporting my fertility journey is something that's very important for me, and something I am doing and preparing, and doing my herbal supplements as well. I personally like mine through teas and things like that, so that and infusions to a degree, so that is what I am doing. So I'll be making my like morning sickness first trimester pregnancy tea for myself and making sure I have that ready and like accessible so that I remember to use it. And I'm doing a lot of prep so I don't have to do it later, so just preparing those teas for the different times, for the different trimesters, different herbal supports as well. Anyway guys, I need to go. This video was so long, I'm sorry, but I tried to film this once before and I just ended up rambling way too much. So if you want any more videos, that this sparked something that you would like me to dive deeper into, please comment below. I will add it to my list happily. I love sharing things that you guys want to know more about, so if I can dive deeper into a topic that you find interesting, I am happy to do so. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope it was just enjoyable or fun to listen to. Thank you for supporting. As always, I appreciate every one of you who's always commenting and, you know, giving these videos a thumbs up, because I know everybody's like, thumbs up, but it actually helps put these videos into the algorithm. You know, everybody has heard about algorithm, and like, yeah, sometimes these little baby channels like me get kind of like stuffed down into the depths of the YouTube pile, and that sucks. So I appreciate every one of you who watches my videos, clicks on them, clicks on the thumbs up, subscribes, everything. I appreciate you so much. Anyway, you guys, I am so excited to be sharing more videos like this coming as my journey continues to progress with getting pregnant and everything. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in my next one. Bye guys. I am going to mention this first. No, I'm not.